Hello, my friend. We are back with another video. I hope you are doing well and that you are living, loving, and laughing. Let's get into some job search stats. It is important that we look at the stats because numbers never lie, right? So I want to share with you 10, yes, that's right, 10 different job search stats. Say that 5 times. Job search stats that will help you if you are a seasoned. We don't like the word older around here, but I put that on the thumbnail to grab your attention. Okay, but I'm going to share with you some stats that are current in the workforce landscape because things are changing rapidly, and I want you to be aware of these 10 stats. Now, I don't want you to assume. I want you to open up your mind. Don't assume that you know what I'm going to say because some of the words, some of the stats may look familiar, but I'm going to give you a different perspective. Remember, we're always thinking differently about how we make our next move. Chestnut checkers. So let me go ahead. I got my notes over here. So if you see me looking over here, I'm looking at my laptop, looking at my notes. So notes just for you, just for you. So let me go ahead and turn on the job search stats, Jack. The job search stats, Jack. Okay, let's start with, we're going to go through 10. Let's start with, now again, if you are thinking about a transition, if you wanting to pivot, you're currently working, but you know there's more for you, or you're not feeling valued, or your skills are diminishing because you're not feeling challenged where you are, or maybe you're getting close to retirement and you're thinking about these last few years, what type of moves do I need to be making at this stage in my life, at this phase in my career? So I want to give you 10 things to think about in a job search, okay? Because you want to be strategic, not just tactical, not just doing the thing. Let's be strategic so that our best move, right? Our best move is our only move. We don't want to keep doing this over and over like a rat on a hamster wheel. We want to make our best move, right? Our best move possible. So let's start with the first stat. The first stat, networking. Networking. Don't turn me off. Don't turn me off because I know you heard this before. But listen, I'm going to always give you a different perspective because when you hear the word networking, you automatically think in a room with a glass of water with the name tag, hello, my name is. That's not what I'm talking about. When I talk about networking, 60% of jobs are found through networking. This is the reason why I jumped out online in the first place because you probably heard this story before. If you've been with me for a while, you've heard this story several times, right? If you're new, welcome. I'm going to tell you the story, okay? So I saw a guy, this was during the pandemic. I saw a guy, he was online talking about hidden jobs. There's a hidden job market, hidden jobs. If you look for a job, here's a hidden job. That's a lie. From the pits of HE double hockey sticks, there is no such thing because the assumption and the way he framed it was that there's this hidden secret door with all these jobs. That's not true. It's a label that is used. That's true. But it doesn't mean that there's some foreign place underground where all the jobs are. No, it just means that there's jobs that aren't posted, that aren't public, that you just don't know about. It's just like if you have a girlfriend or if you have a boyfriend and you didn't tell your best friend, they're like, why you didn't tell me? Were you trying to keep it a secret? You're like, it wasn't a secret. I just didn't tell you. It's the same thing with the job. It's not a secret. They just didn't tell you. So this is why I say networking is key. 60%, over half of the jobs that are in the job market are through networking. Now, I want you to think about building a strong network. Here's what I mean. Again, remember I talked about being strategic, and I'm going fast because we got to go get through 10. Strategic, right? If you're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, where you get your social media fixed and you're seeing things, you're like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. You want to now set up so that you're seeing things that will be of value and of benefit to you. I'm not saying you can't laugh and look at the dances and all of that, but if you're in a phase in your life where you're looking to make a pivot or a transition in your job search, you want to be strategic about building your network. If you can't call all those people in your phone right now where it say contact, and you can't tell them that you're potentially looking for new opportunities, then you need to start building a stronger network. So strong network, You want to leverage the networking platforms. You know, I'm going to talk about LinkedIn. If you didn't know, that's what I talk about. LinkedIn, because it is designed for professionals only. Too many people think about it as a job board. It's not. It's not. Indeed, ZipRecruiter, what's another one? Simply Hired, all the ones that everybody go to. Those are actually job boards. LinkedIn is not. It is a platform for professionals that has jobs listed on there. You ever notice how some of them are 30 days old? Hello. Networking etiquette. This is the last point under networking. There's a best practice when it comes to networking. Let me give you a tip. Write this down. When you network on LinkedIn, you want to connect with someone. Let's say you wanted to connect. I'm a recruiter, right? Let's say I worked at one of the companies you want to work at. Connect with me. Don't connect and send this long message. Hey, I'm looking for a job. I see you work currently at I don't know, at Coca-Cola, and I want to be a business analyst, and here's my resume. It won't get read. I'm a former recruiter. I'm telling you right now, just connect. Here's why. Because what happens is when that recruiter, and you'll hear more as I keep going, whenever I'm looking for someone to help me fill my position, because that's how I get paid, I put it on LinkedIn. Hey, folks, I'm currently looking for a director of marketing. If you know anyone, let me know. If you're connected, you'll see that. You'll see that, right? Even if you don't get the opportunity to speak to that recruiter, just connect. That's it. Don't say anything. Connect. 9 times out of 10, a recruiter is going to connect with you because they're also building their network for when they have positions open and they post something, you will see it. This way, when something becomes available that's aligned to what you do, you're already connected, and then you can send your message. So this is what strategy looks like. Whenever someone, now when that recruiter, once you're connected, when that recruiter likes something of another recruiter, because we're all in the same network, guess who sees it? You do. Strategic, not tactical. Let's keep going. Resumes and ATSs. Now, someone in the community on here, I think their name, maybe it's just their page name. Wambala, this is for you. You know what I'm talking about. This is for you. They asked me about what my thoughts are on resumes and ATSs. I'm going to tell you right now. 75% of resumes are rejected. Let's pause. That's a lot. Over half. They're rejected. They're rejected. You have to understand, and I should have put it in here, and I didn't put it in here, but there is a video. I'll link it. That's what I'll do. I'll link it here. There's a video that I did about artificial intelligence screening your resume first before it goes through the applicant tracking system. So you have to get past not only the AI, but also the ATS. When it comes to applicant tracking system, you want to have keywords, right? So the first point is now there's AI that's going to screen, and then it's going to get to the applicant tracking system. The second point is keywords. You want to have keywords peppered throughout the resume. You don't want to copy the job description and put that on your resume. That's not what I'm talking about. Keywords is this. As a recruiter, if I'm looking for a director of marketing, I'm going to put these words when I'm searching for a director of marketing. I'm going to put leadership, marketing, maybe digital and campaigns, budget. Those are words I'm looking for because this is the type of person and the profile of the person that I want. That's what I mean by keywords. That's what you want on your resume. My last point is resume formatting. Let's not do the pictures and all the graphics. You don't know how many of those I get to update. And I'm like, well, I see why. You got too much stuff in the applicant tracking system. Ain't got time. They want to scan that thing and see if it aligns to what they're looking for. So that's first, right? Now, here's what I want to tell you. Serious note. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, at our age, there's a certain level of expectation. The expectation is that there should not be any grammatical errors. There should be formatting of your resume that conveys your progression throughout your career. It tells a story of your achievements, your successes, and your results. It's formatted in a way that shares how you uniquely do the job that you do. Although there may be thousands of people with your title, how do you do what you do? So formatting your resume is key. And I'm going to get to that. And I'm going to show you an example of a resume that I received. And yeah, we'll get to that. So that's my thoughts on resumes and ATSs. Now, go ahead and check out that video. I'll link it again here about artificial intelligence and how I give you an example in everything, okay? Because I know there's some folks that sent me some messages or made some comments on the video and they wanted my thoughts on that. So this will kind of prepare you and set you up for what's in store when you start applying, okay? Let's keep going. Let's look at LinkedIn. Now, this is my favorite professional platform. 77% of recruiters use LinkedIn. I use LinkedIn. Throughout my career, I've only used LinkedIn. I had options to use Indeed back in the day. It was Monster and Career Builder and all that. But everyone that I found was on LinkedIn. Now, I'm the type of recruiter that because I had to share the person and profile and resume with the hiring manager, my reputation's on the line, right? And so I'm looking for a quality candidate. I'm not saying there isn't quality on other platforms. I knew that my success rate was high because of where I found my candidates. And if you're looking for a serious, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say a serious recruiter, but listen, I just say it's a different type of platform. Okay. So let's go with LinkedIn. Profile optimization is the first thing I have when it comes to LinkedIn's importance. There's key elements of a LinkedIn profile that attract recruiters. Again, I'm looking to look at your profile and see what you've done, see how you do what you do. I want to, get a glimpse of your personality, and I'm looking at your LinkedIn profile. This is before I even ask you or send you an in-mail message for your resume. So this is the importance. 77%, that's over half. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, it's okay. It's free. If you want assistance in structuring your LinkedIn profile, reach out to me. I am Kelly, Kelli, Kelly with an I, Jackson.com. I am KellyJackson.com. Schedule some time with me. Let's put your profile together. Let's structure it in a way, because again, there is a sense of a level of expectation if you've been in the market for decades, right? If you've been in the work arena for decades. So you want to have a polished, buttoned up, very professional profile, because recruiters will look at that first. So that's my first thought. My second thought is actively engaged on the platform. Again, if you haven't been, let's talk about that. I can share with you that's something we do at my company, Expert Edge. We actually help to increase your engagement, and we can talk about that when we get on our call. So you want to be actively engaged, and the reason for this, let me tell you why, is because it gives you higher visibility. So recruiters see you, decision makers see you, hiring managers see you, stakeholders get to see you, and it's global. So you want to be visible. This should be working for you while you're sleeping. Your profile is up and working for you. People at 3:00 in the morning, when it's 3 here, it's 8 a.m. somewhere else. They're scrolling and they're looking at you. It could be working for you while you're sleeping. This is an asset. You should be getting a return on investment on your experience, your skills, and knowledge that you've already acquired throughout your life. I'm not going to go too deep because I can. I can't. But you should be getting an ROI. It should be working for you. Building your professional brand. So again, your brand is you, how you do what you do. There's thousands of recruiters. I've been in talent acquisition for 30 years. There's thousands of us, right? But nobody does it like I do. And I don't do it like they do. It's not better than, it's just how they do it. Nobody does what you do like you do. That's your brand. That's you. So you want to brand yourself. And again, we can help you with that. Go to I am Kelly with an I am KellyJackson.com. Let me share with you something I received from LinkedIn probably last week. Excuse me. My clients, I share with them all of the new updates, but I'm going to share this particular one with you. Let me share with you one stat, and it says the About section on LinkedIn will move to the top of your profile so that people can easily grasp your professional story. This says so much. I don't have time to go deep into this, but they're moving your About section at the top. I'm just going to leave that right there. I'm going to leave that right there. We're going to move on. Next, again, we're talking about job search strategies for older workers, for seasoned professionals in the current landscape that we're in. Let's look at social media. 54% of employers reject candidates based on their social media. Now, you want to think about the do's and don'ts. I don't have to tell you, right? We old enough to know if you're on Facebook, you're hanging out at the brunch. You know, they like the brunch here in Atlanta, right? And you got a little tipsy. You may not want to, because we're scrolling. We're looking on your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook. We're looking at all of that. I'll tell you what, I was working at this company and this, hopefully they're not watching, but I was working at this company and one of the recruiters, I think there was like 5 of us at the time. This person, I'm trying not to say gender, this person called out a lot. On one particular day, they called out, and we just petty. Back then, we were younger, right? We were just going through, and we checked out the person's Facebook. They were at the park with their kid. So one of the recruiters showed the manager. So a couple of days, the person came back in. They had called out sick. We used to do huddles in our boss office. So it was small. Like I said, it was like 4 or 5 of us. And our boss is kind of petty too. And so our boss said to the person, are you feeling better? Because they also said they stayed out an extra day because they said their kid was sick. Now, they were all over Facebook doing all kind of stuff. And so in the huddle, now everybody knew, but the person, I know it doesn't sound good, I know. But our boss, our manager was like, how you feeling? Are you feeling better? How's the kid doing? And it's like, oh yeah, we got some antibiotics from the doctor and I still got a little scratchy throat, and everybody was looking around. I just put my head down because I'm not good with the whole phony. I'm just not good. But I'm just saying, they're going to look. They're going to look. They're going to look. Social media. Now, we're talking about social media. We're talking about job searching strategies and how recruiters and decision makers will look at your social media. You can brand yourself also on social media. So let's say that you are a director of marketing. You can share different things on your social media. And we're like, okay, this person's really into, and they have a portfolio out there on their social media. So that's another way to leverage it. And then also having your privacy settings and online footprint. So managing your digital presence and privacy settings across the platform. So we also show you that inside of our company also, but I'll always go and see, how visible you are, how much you are giving access to the public on all of your social media platforms. Okay, let's keep going. Let's look at professional resume. I said I was going to touch on this, I think, earlier on. You want to have a professional resume, and I'm going to give you a test in just a second. 70% higher earning potential when you have a professional resume. Again, we're talking about job searching strategies for our seasoned professionals in their midlife careers, right? Maybe the second half or second chapter. You will receive their stats that are saying 70% of those that have a professional resume have a higher likelihood of earning potential, right? So 70% of those that get their resumes done professionally, your earning potential is 70% higher. You want to see a couple things when it comes to your professional resume. And this I can do a whole video on. The impact, and I just put a few notes. I just said the impact, it will impact your job search and your salary. Again, there's a certain level of expectation when someone is reviewing your resume and you're bragging about, oh, I have all these years, I got the MBA, PhD, I got all this stuff, but you misspelled so many words and you didn't know what there to use or what to use and all of those things, or you have it structured where it's just jam-packed with 30 years of experience, and we're not going to decipher all of that. So it should be structured in a way that tells a story, that shows your results, that also is easy to read, is legible. All of that is a part of your resume. Too many times we want to think about how many pages should it be? Should I put the date when I graduated? Should I put all these dates on there? And you're not thinking about the content that's on the resume. You're just thinking about, oh, I got to put this, oh, I got to put this, oh, I got to put this, oh, I got to put this. We don't care. We don't want to see all of that. We don't want to see all of that. Too many times, and I've worked with professionals that they're thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about the reader. That's the important part. That's the important part of the resume. That's what you want to think about. What other note did I have? The components. That's similar to the components. It should stand out to recruiters. Oh, wow, they did that. They drove, they implemented, they led all of these, action words, right? And it has metrics and quantifiable data points. All of this should be highlighted on the resume to grab the attention. I just showed you what LinkedIn said. We're moving all of that to the top to get the recruiters to look at it quicker, to see what we want to see and keep it moving, right? The third bullet point I put is investment in professional service. I think that goes without saying. At our levels, at our ages, one, I'm gonna slow down here because I think it's important. When you're working with someone on your resume, and I'm gonna give you an example here, and I have to hurry. I'm gonna give you an example here. You want to think about whomever is working on your resume, even if it's you. If you don't know the nuances of formatting or content or the context, that's important because you don't want to keep doing this. You don't want to keep just throwing spaghetti at the wall. Is this going to stick? Is somebody going to call? Am I going to get the interview? Am I going to get the offer? Am I going to get the final interview? You want it to stick, and that's it. You don't want to keep doing this and doing this. At our age, we want to do it one time. That's why I said it's good. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to pause. We're playing chess now. We're being more strategic. We're going to take the time necessary to do this right the first time. So when you're working with someone, check them out. I'm going to show you why in 1 second. Check them out. Go to the LinkedIn profile, scroll back for years and see what they were doing. Were they a mechanic before? Nothing against mechanics, right? I need my car fixed too, so I ain't tripping on a mechanic. But did they flip and then become a recruiter all of a sudden? That's one. Two, if you're 57 and you're working with a recruiter that's 23, yeah, they may have been a recruiter for 5 years or 7 years, or even a resume writer for 2 or 3 years. But are they thinking about the nuances of a 57-year-old, of a 61-year-old, of a 72-year-old, of a 45-year-old? They can't because they haven't been on earth that long. So you want to think about, because I know that when I'm working with people, I know they're thinking about retirement. They're thinking about their health. They're thinking about paying back that college tuition. They're thinking about their grandkids. They're thinking about their parents who's aging, because those are the things I'm thinking about. So just something for you to think about now. Now let me give you this quick test. Let me tee this up. I gotta hurry. This is a resume that came to me. This is just the top. Again, this is what LinkedIn is also sharing with you. This is what people are going to see now. They got this professionally done. They paid money for this. I want you to pause the screen right now. And I just want you to read it. Pause the screen and read it. Now that you're back, you're looking at this video. I want you to drop in the comments right now before you continue on. Drop in the comments and tell me what this person does. The only thing I blacked out was the industry they worked in. But this is how it came to me. I didn't touch a thing. This is how it came to me. If you could tell me what this person does, I will Cash App you, Zelle you, what's the other one? Venmo you $100. Now, I know that this is on YouTube and you can watch this probably at any time, any year, any month. If it's within the same month that this video has been recorded and you can tell me what this person does, I will drop you a link so I can get your information and I will send you $100 if you can tell me what this person does. Why am I doing this? Because I want you to look at what people are out there. One, this is one reason, what people are paying for. And if you can't figure out, and if you're not a recruiter or a trained person to recognize, or a decision maker that's looking for someone to help them with a problem, how do you expect a recruiter to help you? This is what somebody paid for. They came to me and said, I'm not getting any results. Drop in the comments. Tell me what this person does. I'm going to leave it there. Let's keep going. Now, we're talking about job search strategies for seasoned workers, midlife professionals. Here is, I think we're on number 9, number 8, interview opportunities, right? 2% of resumes are rejected. They're rejected. You don't get an interview opportunity. Improving your application to interview conversion rate. There's techniques to increase the chances of you securing an interview. One of the things we do at Expert Edge, that's my company. I'm a CEO and founder of Expert Edge. If you want to learn more, you can go to I am Kelly with an I am kellyjackson.com. But one of the things we do is we get those for you. I don't want you thinking about that. Let us do all that heavy lifting and burden for you. But 2% of all resumes are rejected. You don't want that to happen. I've already talked about some of the things that you can do, so you can go back and look at that. The other thing I want to share is tailoring your application. We talked about AI, we talked about applicant tracking system, and then of course following up after you submit an application. That's something that's key. You can, even if you don't get it, you want to know why. You want to know, what can you do? Ask for feedback. Feedback is a gift. Don't always think about it as rejection. You aren't a reject. They just rejected your information. They don't know you from Adam. Don't take it personal. It's business, okay? Let's keep going. Open to new opportunities. Again, we're talking about job search strategies for seasoned professionals. Here's some strategies. I'm sharing with you 10 different strategies. I don't know what number this is. I think this is number 9. But another strategy is being open to opportunities. 70% of professionals are open to new opportunities. We're talking about the stats. We're talking about job search stats. 70%, that's over half of professionals say, yeah, I'm open. I'm working right now, but I'm always open. I'm always looking. And I believe everyone, you should always be open to hearing what's available to you. Always be open to hearing what's available. I'm trying to see I can't find a job. Okay. Open to opportunities. And I think it's self-explanatory, right? So you want to be competitive in the job market, have a unique skill set, right? So again, there may be thousands of people with your job title, but no one does it like you do it. So 70% of professionals say, you know what, I'm open, but you want to have your information updated, modernized, optimized. You want to understand your competition, what's out there in the landscape, and always go for continuous professional development. There are some companies that offer stipends as well. So always ask when you get ready to accept external opportunities. I wanted to share this stat also. The skills shelf life, like soup in a grocery store shelf. You look at the date, right, to see the shelf life. Your skill, 2.5 years of shelf life. They're talking specifically about technical skills, not a tech job, but there's a difference between tech and soft skills. I'm going to link a video where I did a whole breakdown of what that means, but there's technical skills in what you do. The shelf life, meaning how long before they expire, is 2.5 years. I wanted to share that stat with you. The last two are remote work preferences. 80% of resumes are rejected when it comes to remote work as well. So you want to talk about in your resume that you worked with distributed teams, which means teams that are distributed throughout different countries, different regions, different continents, different areas, right? So you want to share that when you're sending your resume, as well as if you have a preference for remote work. This should also say that 80% of job seekers prefer remote work options. So you want to have remote work skills and be able to negotiate remote work options if that's not available to you. All right. And then the last one is 59% of companies use freelancers now. You can Google gig economy, GIG. That means that a gig, right? So you may work on a project basis or contract basis. That is the way of the world. That's where we're headed. This is something you want to get used to. If you haven't worked contract before or as a consultant before, leverage your expertise. You can start your own consulting practice if you'd like. And again, if that's something you're interested in, you can go to IamKellyJackson.com. But this is the way of the world, where it'll be on a project basis. I just need you for 18 months to come in and help us with this specific project. Work as a freelancer here in Dubai. If you can come over for 12 months, we'll give you $300K. This is what people are doing. So you want a portfolio or maybe a website. And again, this is something that we help you with also. So hopefully this was help you. I gave you a lot of information. Click the link below, IamKellyJackson.com. If you could use assistance with any of this, we're happy to help you. We also have a free assessment on assessing your value as well as how you manage your career. That will be linked below. And join us in our upcoming workshop. I'll be happy to see you there. All right, take care. Hopefully this was helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Talk to you soon.